Alright, so this story starts off in the Middle East. It took place on a day where I was skipping school. Yeah, I'm not that good of a student, or was good of a student. Anyway, I was skipping school that day and decided to go to my friend's house so that, I could just like hang out. So to get there, there's this long road. At least it was a road that I took, but either way, it was a long road and it was really empty. And it's just desert on the left, desert on the right. Surrounded by desert all around. Just driving on the road and some crazy shit happens. So you know how it is. You're driving down the road, it's on the freeway, you're just watching the lampposts go by, just one after the other. Next thing you know, one of the lampposts in the distance just shatters. It just falls into pieces, like crumbles. And then there was, they have those sand piles there where they put when they're right about to build something, and so they put these big old sand piles there to get ready for it. So there was a sand pile there. Next thing you know, that sand pile just explodes, and out from in between the explosion comes this tow truck, rips through the fence, comes onto my side of the road, and is now like rolling in the middle of the freeway. So I slam on my brakes, right? Screech to a stop. Next thing I know, I'm looking at this tow truck. It is just rolling off the road. I try to look into the cabin. I don't see anybody there. So I'm like, what the hell is going on right now? So this thing rolls off of the road, right? I pull over. I'm trying to see what's going on. I get out of my car. I walk up to this tow truck. This guy is not in the driver's seat no more. He is laying down in the passenger seat. And literally across the street, they had one of those, posts where they have like an ambulance. If it's like a long road and an accident happens, they put these posts with ambulances there. So in case an accident happens, there's help. There was one of these right across from the street, right? The ambulance was in the driveway. I watched these dudes get out, get in the ambulance, drive off, not come to our aid. I don't know where they went, but they left. Didn't see where they went. We had to take care of it ourselves. So while I'm over here trying to wave down this ambulance as now a speck in the distance, the driver of the tow truck finally comes to and is trying to literally get back in the driver's seat, start the car, and drive off. Like, I shouldn't call it a car, it's a truck. He tried to start this damn truck. They just took out a lamppost, took out a sand pile, took out a fence, almost took out other cars, and he's trying to drive off with it. So he does manage to get it started. As soon as he starts it, it just instantly revs all the way up as high as it can go. Just does not stop. Something's clearly wrong with this thing. And so I'm like scrambling, trying to reach into it, and he's like trying to fight me not to turn it off because he's trying to get out of there. So I finally get my hands on the keys, turn this thing off, pull the keys out of the ignition. He's trying to fight me to get the keys back. Someone pulls up and walks over to see if we need help. My first instinct was to throw the keys to him, and he caught them like, what the hell's going on? And I'm like, just hold on to those. Don't let him get them. So the tow truck driver finally calms down. He gets out of the car, and we're like, all right, we need to call you an ambulance. You need to go to a hospital. And he's like, no, don't call anybody but my employer. Don't call the police. Don't call the hospital. No one but my employer. They're the only ones you need to call. And we're just like, okay. Do you think we know who you work for? Just a plain white tow truck? We didn't know anything of where this guy came from, nothing. I'm like, we need more context, bro. So he then remembers that cell phones have been invented and that he also has one. And he's like, oh, actually, I can call my employer, and proceeds to pick up his phone and call his employer and explain the crazy situation that just happened. Apparently, he fell asleep, lost control, went off the road, couldn't regain control. So after he had spoken to his employer and everything, I got on the phone with employer, made sure everything was all right. Nothing was needed from us or anything because, we basically witnessed the accident, but they said it's all right. Their insurance is going to cover it. So we're like, all right, dude, are you good? And he was like, yeah, I'm good. Don't worry about it. So we then gave him back his keys. And as we were handing it over, we're like, don't think about starting this thing. And he's like, don't worry, I'm not gonna try to start it. Thank you for not calling the cops or nothing like that. So we're like, cool, seriously, don't try to do it. And he was like, nah, I won't, don't wear them. And I was like, all right, cool. So I thanked the dude that was with me that helped me out with this guy that was just like a random stranger that pulled up and was helping me out. And then I went on back to doing my mischievous crap by skipping school and going to my friend's house and watching a bunch of TV. Yeah. So yeah, that was just the story I wanted to share with you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, let me know what you guys think, drop a comment, and as always, stay cool, drift some cars, tell some stories. It's fun.